I might not ever get to move to New York or LA and actually go live like the dancer life that I dream of. And maybe that's not the best decision for my kids, you know, especially as a solo parent. That's what really pushed me to start the Vibe, which was really just adult classes weekly. Like, let me just teach what I've seen and learned in LA and New York, and I get to dance too.
This is the Startup Junkies podcast. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Startup Junkies podcast. Thank you for tuning in, however and wherever you're tuning in from. My name is Daniel Kuntz, and I'm one of the hosts of the show. I'm joined today by Mr. Ty Steele. Ty, how are we doing today?
Doing good. Glad to be here. Loving the weather we have outside.
We're finally getting some warmth here in Northwest Arkansas.
It is. It's nice to see. Spring season's officially on.
We have 3 weeks of beautiful weather coming up.
It's awesome. I love it. Baseball on, spring weather. It's great.
Can't complain. But we are inside today. We're joined today by our new friend. She's a dancer. She's an instructor, choreographer, founder of The Vibe. We have CeCe Marie. CeCe, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you for that introduction.
Yeah, I had to write it down. You're so many different things. You wear so many hats. Well, thank you for joining us. The way we typically like to start these episodes, give us the CeCe story. Give us your origin. What's your background?
Yeah. Well, I always say like I had the honor of growing up with like a really culturally robust family. My dad is from California. My mom's from Minnesota, but there's like Lebanese heritage on that side. And then I just have a really interracially mixed family also. So like my brother's mixed and his family is from Pine Bluff, and they really took me in as their own when I was young, when I was like 9, 10. And so getting to grow up like both in the white community, the Black community, some Lebanese, influence in my life, all of these things just really made me love culture and not really be able to imagine a life without being around culture,
Yeah.
And then my mom, who's such an awesome mom, put me in an art school because she just loves the arts. And I got to study dance from like 9 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. And the first style of dance that I actually studied was Afro-Caribbean, which is just really unique.
Yeah.
I feel like it's usually either like ballet or tap or something, and mine was
Afro-Caribbean.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So that was cool. I grew up in that art school and got to do a lot of dancing, a lot of performing, and still had this cool family that I was involved with. And, I had some hardships in my life. Like my dad went to prison when I was young and my mom was a single mom. And so it wasn't easy. Like it wasn't easy financially or emotionally for several of those years. And I was really embraced again by like the Black and brown community during that time in my life. And so once again, like the culture that I'd already spent like getting to be around and calling my family, now it was like I had all these friends that like loved me, and they're from that culture too. And I always say that like that culture, Black and brown culture, hip hop culture, like saved me.
Yeah.
And it really gave me like, allowed me to have a voice and an identity outside of like, my dad's in prison or we're poor or, and like my mom didn't let us feel like we were poor ever. But my life didn't look like everybody around me. And so being embraced by that community just like made me fall in love even more with the culture.
Right.
Yeah. So that was really my upbringing. Should we go on from there?
Hey, let's keep it rolling. I'm enjoying listening to it.
Yeah. Like for me, dance was like what we did. Well, first of all, I was in a little rap group called Tight.
Okay. Were you rapping yourself?
To explain. TYTE.
Too young.
Very embarrassing.
Yeah, that's tight right there.
That's tight.
That's tight.
Okay. And we would dance and we would write raps. And we would literally rap at the like loudest that we could at the most annoying times, and we would get kicked out of lunch every day at school. This was in high school now. We're in high school, okay? Yeah. We get kicked out of lunch by the resource officer because we're so loud. We would get kicked out of dances because we're so crazy. So like that was where I really found my like voice, like my spunkiness, And then I went to college for dance. And my first year of dance college, I got pregnant. I came back home. And I went to school here at the U of A, and I got degrees in journalism, advertising, African American studies. And then every summer I would go train in dance, like in New York, North Carolina, LA. And that's where I got more of this culture, like amazing
Just
culture.
keeps on building up.
Yeah, it was like, okay, now I'm seeing it on a broader scale. Now I'm seeing it in bigger cities. And I don't know, I just kept falling in love with it, and it kept giving me like an identity.
Yeah.
Like, at difficult times in my life. So yeah, then the vibe happened.
Then the vibe. Tell us about the vibe.
Yeah. So I was a mom, or I am a mom. But when I found myself as a single mom, still in college, I had 2 kids at this point, and I realized, okay, like I might not ever get to move to New York or LA and actually go live like the dancer life that I dream of. And maybe that's not the best decision for my kids, and especially as a solo parent. And so that's what really pushed me to start the Vibe, which was really just adult classes weekly. Like, let me just teach what I've seen and learned in LA and New York, and I get to dance too.
Right.
So it started there, and it was cool. We had like 40 people coming. It started with $5 classes. We'd have 40 people coming every week. It got really big. And then I got a job at a school, directed a dance program, took a break from the Vibe for 5 years, went through another hiccup in life, which was getting married and divorced. Now I have 4 kids, right? And so then after 5 years of taking a break, and I went through just a really rough patch in life, finding myself like without a job and solo parent, 4 kids, and divorced. And God, I always say like God really put it on my heart. He was in a very dark place. He was like, you're going to trailblaze a movement for unity and radical joy. Like literally dropped that in my heart. And like, I don't think I could have mustered up those words in that moment. That's how like dark I felt. And so from there, I resurrected the Vibe, but it was through that lens. And it was really through something like God put on my heart, So just really trying to align with what He sees, what God sees for the future of the Vibe. And the Vibe is not outrightly like, this is God, but for me, like that's where it
came from.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. And so, yeah, it's not like affiliated with any religious belief or anything. But I always share my story.
Share your story.
Yeah. And then, we've been running the Vibe. I have a great team behind it, and everything we do is built on unity and radical joy, which those are the principles of hip hop.
Yeah.
Peace, love, fun, and having fun and unity. Those are hip hop's principles.
Most people, when they think of hip hop, they probably don't think about unity and radical joy.
Yes. Yeah.
But when you kind of put it like that, it makes sense.
Yeah. I think that like hip hop has been misunderstood a lot.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And I think that there's like a lot of stereotypes that have been built around it. And so people think it's this bad thing, or it's sexual, or like all these things. And really that is not what hip hop was like designed for. It was designed to create peace.
Right.
Yeah. And so, so that's what we're doing.
Yeah. Well, I can say we've been running the show for several years. That's one of the coolest stories I've heard so far. It sounds like you've done a lot of awesome things in your life so far. Crazy. Some crazy.
Bad, awesome, crazy.
Bad, good, fun, exciting, new things. But the Vibe. So culture has played a big part of your life so far. What is the culture like at the Vibe? Somebody shows up, it's their first time. What can they expect?
Oh, that's a good question. We make sure that we like make eye contact with people when they show up immediately, and that we're like, hey, we're loud, we're hyper. Like when you come in the room, you're gonna feel this hype,
It's welcoming. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're gonna look at you and be like, hey, welcome to the Vibe. Is it your first time here? Like, and then it's, first of all, the Vibe is ran in a very small studio. It's like 400 square feet. So it's just this little box. So you don't really have to look very far to find out where to go in the room. But we'll hype you up. We'll be like, hey, welcome, find a place. And then the whole class is just really high energy. But it's also like really genuine connections with your teacher, with the people around you. Like they will hype you up. They will cheer you on. So a lot of people might come in feeling awkward, but I literally see them leave like refreshed. Like their shoulders have dropped and they're like smiling and they're just kind of themselves. And they'll even tell us on their way out, like, thank you for seeing me. Thank you for making me feel safe. Like as an adult, I don't feel safe to do these things that can feel embarrassing.
Right.
So that's,
There's not much, I imagine, sitting in the corner in your dance classes.
No.
You bring them in.
Yes, we bring them all in. Yes. Yeah, but we also don't like embarrass people. You know, it's like we want to create a safe space for you to feel like you can come out of the corner and you can just like try something here, you know?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So when you were starting the Vibe, was it more there was a gap and you saw, hey, there aren't any dance classes for adults? Or was it, hey, I'm a dancer, I want to be an instructor? Where did it stem from? Did it stem from like there's a gap in the market, or is it stemming from your passion? Or a mix of both?
Yeah, definitely a mix of both. I felt the gap myself because I was like, I don't want to just do like a Zumba class or just do a dance workout class. Like that's not dance to me. That's not art to me. Like I want to make art. And growing up in an art school, that's all we did was make art.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, adults really need something where they can feel dance as an art form. And that is what made me create it. And I knew that there was a gap. And I knew that a business could thrive as long as we're consistent, you know, with our marketing and our showing up and having quality and like serving quality, you know. So yeah, it was a mix of both.
So why don't you think that there are a lot of dance classes for adults? And I'll go even deeper. Why do we stop dancing as we age?
Well, there is some research saying that people are coming back to dancing now, adults in droves, because it makes them feel like a kid.
Yeah.
And so like adults are looking for that again. But I think the reason that we shut down is because we are so afraid to be embarrassed. We're so afraid to look like beginners and like we don't know something. And like even me as a dancer and a teacher, oh my gosh, I have those same moments where I'm like, I've never done that move and I'm about to look really stupid. Here we go. Down the roller coaster, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's how people feel. And so it starts with like connecting with them first. I mean, like, you're safe here. Like, that's what adults need. They're big kids.
Yeah.
You know?
We're all kids.
Yeah.
We all think we're kids.
Why do we stop doing the nurturing stuff when someone becomes an adult?
Doesn't make sense. Oh, I'm so serious. I have to wear a collar to work now.
Yeah.
I can't dance.
Like, really, I'm just a big kid, okay?
Yeah.
So, you know, I think it's like, letting adults know, like, I see you. Like, you're still just a kid, too. Like, I'm here for you, you know?
They're able to come in, be free of embarrassment, just let loose, have fun, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Enjoy the time away from the office. Have a good time.
Yeah.
So you're a big dancer yourself, Ty.
I'm open to it. I would say I'm open to it. Yeah.
It sounds like he needs to go to the Vibe.
Did I sell you on the Vibe?
I think I have. I like the idea of no embarrassment. That's it. I think that's the same for a lot of adults who are cooped up in office all day. Maybe, like you said, wearing a tie, so it's somewhere you can go, let loose, that whatever your passions are, go and have fun with it.
Yeah.
Well, you're on air saying this, so I think if you're saying you're going to check out the Vibe, I think you have to.
After this, might have to.
We can like mic you up. And you
do a mic'd up session.
Yes,
there we go.
You can like make comments all through.
Thank you to Bank of America for sponsoring today's episode. As America's leading business lender, Bank of America is on your corner and in your corner. With over $65 million in business loans and numerous business specialists right here in Arkansas, Bank of America can help businesses thrive so communities prosper. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/local businesses. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026. You've got an event coming up.
Yes.
Vibe Block Party.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Okay, so this is the second year of the Block Party. And what it is it's a celebration of hip hop. And we honor the culture, specifically like the roots that are in Northwest Arkansas. So it's a platform. We bring together like over 35 artists who are practitioners of hip hop in this area or like near Arkansas. And we try to represent every element of hip hop. So the 5 main elements of hip hop, which is like DJing, emceeing, fashion, graffiti, dance, the music. So we bring all those together. So local hip hop artists perform with local dancers. A local DJ is going to perform with local dancers. The MC is also a dancer. Like everybody has dance woven into what they do. And we have I really want to say a few of the artists that we have because they are freaking amazing. We have Invest. He is a really, really amazing graffiti artist. So he'll be represented there. He'll be doing graffiti live there. Yeah. And he'll be like involving the community in it. So they'll have something they can do to interact with his like graffiti. Then we have our music artists are Spida, which he's also on 105.3. So like a lot of people know him one way or another. We have Tylo May, who's also a fashion designer in hip hop. So he's going to be outfitting all his dancers, like literally creating their outfits from scratch and performing with them. We have Antonio Williams. He's our MC. We have Oplex Music or Orond Oplex. He's our DJ. And then we have an artist from Little Rock named Austin who's coming up to perform too.
Wow. And what's the date on this party?
April 24th.
April 24th. Yeah. Where is it?
It's at the Momentary.
Okay.
And it's 7 to 10 p.m. We also bring in dancers from Oklahoma, street dancers. So they're going to be ciphering. We also have 28 vendors coming.
Yeah. Well, I'm concerned. You're telling me everyone is involved in hip hop and dancing, and Startup Junkie is going to be one of the vendors setting up a table.
Yes.
Does that mean I'm not a dancer? I don't have any hip hop background.
Yeah.
Am I expected to dance at this?
So you have to come to class every single week up until the block.
Oh,
no, I'm just kidding.
I got to learn some stuff
now, Daniel.
No, but something that was really important about our vendors was that they're not only just hip hop practitioners if they're a vendor, that they also support small businesses or they're in the health and wellness scene. So we have hip hop practitioners, artists, health and wellness, and small business vendors. Because like artists are entrepreneurs.
Entrepreneurs.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, we got a term for it.
Entrepreneurs.
That's hard to say.
That's
entrepreneurs.
You got to say it slow. Entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurs.
So that's awesome.
If there's anybody out there coming to the event in the hip hop space, want to learn how to like start your own business, start your own space, come talk to me at the Startup Junkie booth.
Yes.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
I might be dancing. I might not be.
That's
so you will be dancing.
Like, do some like
get some shoulders. I'll do some shoulders for sure.
Yes.
You know, nothing full body probably.
But yeah, like I think it's really important that artists realize that they're also entrepreneurs. You say it every time I need it. I'm just going to point to you.
Just point to me. I'll fill in for you.
But yeah, I think it's important that they recognize that about themselves and that they go get help.
Yeah.
To like build a business. Like I've needed help too, you know?
Yeah. And we might not have all the hip hop secrets for you and answers for you, but we got all the business stuff. Like come talk to us. We'll help you where we can.
Yes.
Ty, I know you got a couple questions.
Yeah. I was going to ask because I'm trying to get familiar with dancing. What's one dancing style that if you could teach, you would teach everyone that came in? Or what's your favorite dancing style that everyone should know?
Well, my favorite style, which I'm not an expert at, is house.
House, okay.
Yeah, I love house dance. House really came from like the disco scene. It was first called like a club style. And it's like the younger cousin of hip hop. And it's just like a lot of footwork and jacking, rocking. But I'm not an expert at it. I've taught it a little bit.
I feel like I've seen it become more and more popular recently. The whole house scene seems to become more relevant as of recently. So I like that.
Yeah.
Ty's a house dancing expert. He knows all about it.
Yeah. I wouldn't go that far.
Maybe he could teach a class.
Yeah. No, don't do that to Ty, okay?
It's a little too much.
It's okay. I didn't mean to put you on the spot. So I was reading on your website, mentioned that your choreography has been performed at the Kennedy Center, the Momentary, Crystal Bridges, University of Arkansas, Walton Arts Center, really every big venue in Northwest Arkansas.
Yeah.
What's a bucket list venue for you? It doesn't have to be local, but what's a bucket list venue if your dances could be performed anywhere in the world?
Oh man, I've never been asked this.
We're asking the deep questions.
Yeah. Can I pick a country?
Pick a country. Where do you want? Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like, this is hard.
You can think about it later. We can come back. We can circle
back
to
it.
Yeah.
Let's come back. Yeah.
We can come back. So the vibe. If everything goes right, what do the next 3 to 5 years look like for you?
I would hope that the one thing that we've really felt this year is that it's tough to trailblaze something like this when you don't really have access to a lot of training. So we have like 15 teachers at the Vibe, right? And we all like rotate and we handle the schedule of the teaching, right? But a lot of us, we don't have training to go back to.
Yeah.
So we're pulling from training we've had in the past, or like we might go get 2 weeks of, and then we try to like resurrect it and reteach it, you know? And so I would hope that like we keep bridging that gap by bringing in like choreographers and dance educators who are way more versed in hip hop because they come from cities where they can do it 15 hours a day. And that costs money, right? To bring in people like that. And then also allowing our dancers to go travel and train more so that we can come back here and be even better at like the quality we're giving and we're offering. So I think that's really how we're going to get better and how we're going to bridge that gap more and not feel like we're just like pulling from, you know, what we got.
What you got.
But like we're overflowing. I want us to overflow, you know?
Yeah. And, you know, a couple years down the line, maybe it's not even you guys bringing in more well-versed people, but it's the people you already have training more. And them becoming more well-versed themselves.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Because business owners, you know, hip-hop instructors, you know, nobody's got to figure it out. Nobody, what I've learned, nobody really knows what they're doing until they do. Yeah. And you just figure it out. You keep teaching, you keep learning new hip-hop styles. Guarantee you're going to have some bomb instructors in the future.
Yes. Yeah. And like really it just takes putting yourself in the rooms with the people that do know and letting them like give you the knowledge, because that's really like hip hop is just passed down. It's a lineage. Yeah. And so getting access to that lineage and the terminology and the history is what's going to keep making us better.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is there kind of leading off that? Is there like maybe not idol, but someone when you were younger that, like you said, it gets passed down? Who kind of passed that down to you that you looked at? Maybe you were watching videos, you saw something, went to some class. Who was it for you?
Well, first of all, You Got Served. I don't know if y'all have seen that movie. They're making You Got Served 2 now. You gotta watch You Got Served, okay?
I haven't seen it.
You both looked at me like...
There we go.
Now we know we're watching our movie night.
You Got Served, writing it down.
You Got Served and Stomp the Yard. Both of those movies.
I've seen Stomp the Yard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, high five.
Thank you.
Yes. So Stomp the Yard and You Got Served, like I literally watched like every day for years. And then also I would run home from school every day with my best friends, and this was in high school, and we would watch 106 in Park on BET, and I think it aired at 3:30 every day, and then it would play the top 10 music videos. I think I'm older than y'all, so I don't know if
maybe
y'all...
a little. Maybe like 2 or 3 years, yeah.
Okay. I don't know if y'all have seen that. But yeah, so on BET, this show would come on, and it was the top 10 music videos of the day, and YouTube was not out yet, so you literally had to watch that music video and try to learn the choreography in one
no rewind. You gotta know it right then. Yeah,
you don't rewind, you watch it. Okay, so like that was like a huge influence on me. Like, okay, let's go see the music videos. Okay, did you get that move? Okay, what was the next move? Okay, cool. Like that's where we got our moves from, you know. So 106 in Park, You Got Served, Stomp the Yard, being around my family, which is really my brother's family, but they like called me their own too. Every time we do a family get together, we just dance.
I was gonna ask, is it just lots of dancing and having a good time? Okay.
Like all the cousins would go in this back bedroom and we would literally watch each other do dance moves and tell each other if it was lame or not. You know? Like, and so all that shaped me and like inspired me, you know?
Yeah. What about Step Up? Was that a dance movie?
Yes.
Step Up Revolution?
Yes.
That was a banger.
Hey,
I know that one.
There you go.
Yeah, I remember that one. Thank you. Thank you.
No, Step Up is awesome too.
Yeah, like those ones.
Save the Last Dance, which is really corny to me now, but have y'all seen Save the Last Dance? Okay, gotta watch that.
Okay.
But it is corny, but it's about a black guy and a white girl falling in love, and like he teaches her how to do hip hop, and it's actually really corny. But
yeah, write that down.
I'm gonna write a couple of these down, and so next time I'll have a little bit.
Yes.
I'll be familiar with these movies.
Good.
Okay, so we looked in the future for a couple years. The way we like to wrap these episodes up, we like to ask you to get in a time machine, go back in time, look in the past. If you could give younger CeCe a piece of advice, now it could be CeCe from 10 years ago, it could be CeCe from yesterday. But past CeCe, what advice would you tell her?
I would tell CeCe to trust her gut. I would tell her to like listen to what is designed, like her innate intuition more. And I think that she would have made some stronger choices. But I do think every choice that little CeCe made taught her what she needed to know. still.
Right.
So it's not like a regret, but it's like, hey, trust your gut, girl. You got it. Like, it's in you, you know?
Yeah, that's great advice.
Yeah.
You kind of have this compass.
Yeah.
This internal compass.
Like trusting that compass.
Follow it, you know?
Yeah, because we all have that.
Yeah. Well, that's great advice. Well, if any of our listeners want to learn more about the Vibe or the Vibe Block Party, where can they go?
So you can go on Instagram, the Vibe Adult Dance. We also have a website. It's CeCeMarieDance.com, but then the Vibe is like a drop down. Those are really the two main places that we are on every single day. And then also the Momentary website has all the Vibe Block Party details because they do the ticketing. So yeah, those three stops.
Sweet. Well, we will make sure to link them in the bio in the description of this episode.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank
you.
Guys.
Yeah, you were an awesome
I'm looking
guest.
forward to the party.
Yeah. And we'll remind our audience to check out her website, check out the Instagram, come visit us at the Vibe Block Party, and a reminder just to follow Startup Junkie Podcast on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to share with a friend. Subscribe and review because it matters to us and we want to hear from you. If you're interested in learning how to work with us, check out the information below. See you next week.